Hi everybody, Mark Mashburn here. I wanted to send out this little video for two purposes. One, to thank so many of you who have been thinking of me and praying for me and sending me best wishes, and also to give you a little explanation of what happened. I'm sure there are quite a few of you that heard something bad happen to me, but you're not quite sure what it was, so thought it might be helpful to some of you to hear it from my own mouth. So I had a condition, a very rare condition called Guillain Barre. Don't even try to spell it, it's French. Anyway, it started, as it often does, with what I thought was a summer cold, a little virus that hit me toward the last part of July with a congestion, cough, a little bit of a sore throat, low-grade fever. And after a couple of weeks, I thought it was about to get better, but then I started having some little bit of unusual sensation in my hands, some tingling, numbness, and in my feet, the same. This was on a Thursday. And by Thursday evening, a little bit more symptoms of slight discoordination of my legs, but not terrible. But over the night, Thursday night, when I got up to go to the restroom, I knew that my walking was not right, and I had a strong suspicion that this was an attack of this Guillain Barre. So by the next morning, it was obvious, and Donna took me to the local hospital where they did feel strongly that this was Guillain Barre. And they made arrangements to transfer me to the University of Virginia, which is a world-renowned teaching hospital where I knew I could get the best of care. So what is Guillain Barre? Guillain Barre is what we would call an autoimmune disease. The body usually responds to a virus or bacteria. The virus or bacteria enters the body and attaches to the insulating sheaths over the nerves and changes the protein on the surface such that the body thinks that that is a foreign object and mounts a vigorous attack to knock out the virus, but in doing so it knocks out the insulation around the nerves. So just like with any wire with an insulation, once you take away the insulation, the currents aren't conducted. So my muscles were not receiving the signals from my brain and spinal cord. Within 24 hours of the first symptoms, I was essentially quadriplegic. And when I arrived at UVA, University of Virginia, I could barely raise my arms or legs. And they initiated treatments on me, which consisted of 5 treatments of what's called plasmapheresis, which is where your blood is taken out and run through a dialysis machine, and the antibodies are filtered out that are attacking the nerves, and fresh plasma is put back into your body. And these are given every other day for 5 treatments, so I was there at UVA for that period of time. And it wasn't until about between the second and third treatment that we started to see a slowing down of my symptoms. Now, praise God, there was never any involvement of my respiratory system, so they did not have to put a tube in my throat. So I was able to get by without that, because sometimes that's the end result of Guillain Barre, is you have to have a breathing tube put in because you can't breathe on your own. So I started to get better, and over time, ever after that, pretty much every day, I've seen improvements in my symptoms. They sent me to rehab hospital, where I was there for a little over a week, and got better every day to the point that they felt they could discharge me. Now, I'm a long way from normal. I think everything works, it's just very weak. I tire out very easily, but I can walk with walking sticks, and I'm getting around, and I trust and pray that over the next few months my strength will improve and get back to what I feel is pretty normal for me. But I wanted to thank everyone who has sent me thoughts and prayers, and to my loving family who've stood by my side, especially my wife Donna, who's been with me 24/7 throughout this ordeal. But I want to thank all of you who prayed for me. Even some of you don't know me probably. They were praying for me, and it all helped, I know. And so just wanted to send out my thanks and a little explanation, and hope this answers a few questions for you. We love you. Bye-bye.